All right, people, what the hell is going on? I'm knocking shit over. This whole area up here is just out of this whole house is out of line. It is. I got too much stuff for the amount of space that I have. But it is Talking Texans. I got my little hat on, my stupid ass glasses that I use to record these goddamn videos. The door is open. It's raining outside. I ain't got no shirt on. Perfect video recording scenario, and this fucking towel is falling down. Anyway, I do this right here. Ugh. So the Texans won today. Game just went off a couple of minutes ago or so ago, whatever. And they didn't go into the playoffs totally ass backwards. Ass first, I might say, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I didn't want them to do. I didn't want them to go up there, end up losing this game for whatever the fuck reason, and then going into the playoffs like that. I was, after the series, you know what I'm saying, they played Stroud and I think most of Stroud is the most noticeable one, and Mixon. They was out after the first series. They went down, first series, blam, 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 scored a touchdown, boom, they out the game. Once and I wouldn't like a bunch of those people that was like, they need to set the starters, they need to rest them and blah blah blah. I still don't follow that train of thought. But when I saw it was raining out there in Tennessee, I was like, yeah, their ass out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get their ass out of there. And this was a game where there wasn't a lot of people sitting on the field. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can only remember one. I'm pretty sure it was more than, actually I do know it was more than one. It's two that I can think about right now. Because I know Mechie was down on the field, but that was a hit. And then I know it was somebody else that was on the ground for a little bit. It was only two that I can remember, but it wasn't one of those games where every other player, some motherfucker on the ground. But yeah, get the motherfuckers out of there. Once I saw it was raining, and you put the backups in there, which I was fine with, because it's folks I want to see fucking play. I want to see Davis Mills play. I want other people to see Davis Mills play. I want to see Davis Mills play and not whatever the fuck offense we had before Ryans and Slower came in. Because people keep shitting on Davis Mills. And I keep telling, I almost every time his name pop up in my videos, I'm like, Davis Mills will be a starter anywhere else. The only reason he ain't starting is because CJ was the second pick in the draft. That's why. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fuck it. Anywhere else on anybody else's team, Davis Mills will be fucking starting quarterback. But yeah, I be wanting people to get that motherfucker in there, let him bloop bloop bloop. So people can be like, okay, so they can stop bringing up stupid now. But it's just like, now we gonna have another meme. We gonna have a meme of Davis Mills standing up on his fucking neck face. I'm just like, And I had just said that my last Talkin Texans video. I said, that's what we need out of our quarterbacks. We need a quarterback that will take the fuck off and get the fuck upfield. And I said that. I said Davis Mills will do that. But, I said that in my last video, but he is not acclimated. He will do it. He knows he can do it, and he know he should do it, but he's not coached to do it. And this kind of proves why, because this man went down there And somebody his size should have just been able to put his shoulder down and get into the goddamn end zone. And he tried to do some kind of leap shit and ended up standing up on his face. Which, you already know it, the internet is coming for that. There's somebody on their computer right now doing a little picture magic. And you gonna have pictures of fucking Davis Mills standing up on his face on the fucking 0.1 yard line, which I was just like, it was right there. Man. Which, I don't know, because that play is going to be boom. He didn't make it into the end zone. Now, if he did that and then made it into the end zone, it would have been a touchdown. And that touchdown, by nature of just how shit is, would have ended up on some highlight reels. And it would have really blew up. More than whatever the fuck is going to blow up now. Oh, my goodness. That was worse than Rosencopter, or whatever the fuck that shit was. Anyway, got to see those guys play. You got to see fucking, I was for to say goddamn CJ Pierce. You got to see Pierce do what Pierce does. And this is the thing about the announcers. These motherfuckers here, they said this shit on one of the earlier drives. They were like, yeah, man, I remember when Pierce was the only thing that the Texans had. You know what I'm saying? That was the big thing that they had. You know what I'm saying? His rookie season, which is the fucking truth. This rookie season, that was it for the Texans. You know, we had Pierce. That was it. You know what I'm saying? He was the goddamn CJ Stroud of that goddamn year. They said, the announcer said this shit. And then a series or two later, or whenever the fuck, boom, he break out 92-yard touchdown run. And he was like, man, I didn't see that, man. I didn't know he had that in him. But you calling these goddamn games of these teams, how the fuck did you not know that? How can you say that? I didn't know he had it in him. Motherfucker, this motherfucker returned goddamn kicks for touchdowns. What the fuck you mean you talking about you ain't know he had it in him? What the fuck are they doing with the teams you supposed to be following? You know what I'm saying? You calling these games. Y'all gotta do y'all little research for the teams. I know y'all don't follow these goddamn teams all year long. How the fuck do you not know that Damian Pierce has breakaway speed, returns kicks? He break loose on a 92-yard rush touchdown, and you talking about I didn't know he had it in him. That's the thing about when I watch some of these games. I'm going to have to go and do what a lot of people do, probably down here, is watch the game on TV and turn on the fucking radio. Listen to Sports Radio 610 during the game and listen to those guys. I can't even remember the fucking names. I know it's Andre Ware and the other guy, because I used to listen to them every day when I was at work and was able to listen to that shit. Listen to them every day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I can't Vander something. I don't know why. It's one of them things where I done heard somebody name so much, and then you just can't fucking remember it for whatever the fuck reason. I want to say Vandergraaf, but that's some shit I got off of goddamn King of the Hill. But anyway, listen to them. You know what I'm saying? Do the game. But sometimes the radio broadcast, by the nature of it being a radio broadcast, can be a little bit over dramatic. I'm not an over dramatic type of guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but man, if I want to hear some insight on the team, that's what I'll have to do. I might do that for the playoffs, tell you the truth. Since I ain't been, I don't have a radio here. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't have a radio here. Do I have a radio in the house? How times have changed. That's all I got to say about that. How times have changed. I'm like, do I have a radio in the house? No, I don't. That I can think of at this moment. I would have to find a way to look that shit up online and stream it some kind of goddamn way instead of a fucking radio where you just go put it on AM 610, bam, there you go. That's almost about. Anyway, I watched that shit and it was fine getting to watch other people play. You know what I'm saying? And make plays and do what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got Mitchie out there, Hutchinson out there, and you got Deontay out there. You know what I'm saying? I only seen him make one catch. I know that I seen him get a couple of targets, but I only seen him get one catch. But you know, I remember sitting there watching this whole game, but it felt like I wasn't paying attention to it. I was probably on Instagram, flopping through videos, leaving fucking troll messages and shit. But anyway, I was hoping to see a bit more production out of the offense, but it got kind of conservative after a while, and which is what I'm like, don't pull off of the gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? Don't put off of the gas pedal. I mean, the guys in the game, they want to play. Let them play. Call the game like you want to score some goddamn points. You know what I'm saying? I think they did for the most part. I know it was one little sequence towards the end of the game where the Texans was down there. And they couldn't get the ball in the end zone. It was the play calling on that I don't agree with. I think it was two pass plays. It was two pass plays that they ran. Once they got down there on the goal line, and it's just, I'm like, okay, they up there. They ran some little weird ass play to some kind of fade overhead route to Robert Woods in the end zone. I'm like, that's not the go-to guy. No. You know, I'm just like, no. That's not it. And then they end up running the play to another play, the fourth down play to the other side, and it was just as bad. I don't know who the fuck that was. Was it that Jared Wayne guy? I don't know. Wasn't even close. I can't blame. Sometimes you want to blame the quarterback. Yeah, those plays weren't never gonna be open. They weren't open, and they weren't gonna be open. That was a play calling thing right there. That was one of them things where I'm like, run the fucking ball. Run the ball. Run it. Run the fucking ball. At least on the third down play. Run the ball. Just. And then, I wasn't mad. I was upset, but I wasn't mad. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's when you have to start thinking about the game that you're playing, just like, this game ain't shit. I had to think about that the whole time because I'm like, because after that, Tennessee's still trying to play. They trying to get people paid. You know what I'm saying? You got the last game of the season, you got motherfuckers out there playing for incentives. What's his name? The announcers talk about this shit. It's like, for real. Motherfuckers is out there a few yards away from, 6-figure bonuses and shit. And they trying to get them. And I think Tony Potter had he had a bonus he was trying to get. And for like $300,000 or some shit like that. I think it was like $300,000. And he didn't get it. I know that. He didn't get it. I was just like, ah. But yeah, they stayed, and you could tell that they was trying to get it to him. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get people their milestones and shit like that. Get 1,000 yards. Let them get it. Just get him his 1,000 yards. Let's get him this, get him that, get him this, get him that. And while your team is over there full of just these people that ain't really got, I mean, they got stuff to play for, but not, not no. They don't have no milestones or no monetary incentives or no shit like that. They playing for. The people I'm looking at on the Texas defense, I'm like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Because there was a few things I saw, like that the guy that was waiting on that interception, and the guy just swooped in and took it. Yeah, stupid. You know what I'm saying? That little Hail Mary pass that Levis threw up. We got an interception coming. He's sitting there like that, waiting on the ball to come, and the receiver just come cut right in front of him, bloop, in the end zone. Now you could tell he was upset about that. But you gonna sit there and basket catch the ball like that? Like you catching a fucking punt? You gotta go and get it. You can't do this shit. You gotta go to the ball, up and get that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You just can't sit there and just wait for the ball to come down to you like that. Because the receiver, he was sitting there like this, waiting on the ball to come, and the receiver came, cut in front of him, did the same shit, basket caught the ball into the end zone. He was still sitting there like this, like he was still sitting. The dude came and snatched the ball and went into his zone. He was still sitting there like, You thought you had your fucking interception. No, you know now. Go up and get it, baby. You got to go up and get that. You can't sit there and wait for the ball to get to you. And there was a couple other things that happened as far as the secondary is concerned that I'm not going to piss myself off, worried about that stuff. Like I said, I don't know who those guys are. But that what's his name, that they had them pinned down on the fucking 1 inch line, and you got the cornerback, the left corner, gave up fucking 39-yard goddamn pass. I'm like, bruh, what are you doing? And then it just looked bad. You know what I'm saying? You got a motherfucker make an amazing catch on the sideline, and you look bad in the process. Sometimes motherfucker make them wonderful ass catches on the sideline. The DB is right there. Ain't shit you can do about it. You can't cover a motherfucker no better than that without pass interference and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This shit was just like, he all over the place, just like, I'm like, who is this? This is how you end up not on the team, bruh. For real, this is how you end up not on the team. That's it. But I also have to keep in mind that was against a starting goddamn receiver playing against some people that just got called up for the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So you also have to look at that when at the end of the season games. Goddamn. Sometimes some of these guys get in there and they start looking bad and shit like that. They ain't played a game. A lot of times, these is their first game. And sometimes this is the first game they done had, game action they done had since preseason. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you get out there, it's what we in the game. Oh, we play football, we in the game. Woo, yeah. And you playing against motherfuckers that been playing all goddamn year, and this is your first goddamn action. And you ain't totally acclimated with the fuck going on. Just, I have to think about shit like that because I'm like, I will run myself crazy. I'll be capping and talking about motherfuckers and all kind of stupid ass shit. I'm just like, it's the end of the season game. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just out there taking up space so your people don't get fucking hurt. That's what they doing. That's what they out there for. Hey. Hey. That's what I have to do to my goddamn self when I'm watching this. I'm like, the Texans going to win this game. You know what I'm saying? They're going to win the game. Let's be happy with that. Let me not be sitting here for the whole team to play, you know, Super Bowl level football all the way through when you playing fucking backups. You're not even playing backups at this point. These people are not even backups. These are folks that wasn't even on the fucking active roster. So you playing beyond backups. Just chill the fuck out. That was all shit. I think I might not even do a fucking Talkin Texans because it ain't really shit. It really ain't. It's nothing to talk about. Texas made the playoffs. Only thing we worried about now is who we playing. It's probably gonna be San Diego. And I'm like, I've had the pleasure of the last couple of weeks seeing San Diego play, and man, I ain't really looking forward to it. Tell you that right now. San Diego, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to playing San Diego. That's who they gonna end up playing though. That's who they gonna end up playing, and it is what it is. It's playoff football. Whoever you end up playing is gonna be decent at best. I mean at worst. Which for the Texans really don't mean all that goddamn much. Tell you the truth. You got to think they did lose to the Jets and the Titans this year, so yeah. They lost to the Jets and the Titans. So they have a chance depending on what happens in the coaching room. What happens in the coaching room? And what happened, you know what I'm saying? You got to emphasize for these guys when they come out here next week, when they got to play their little wild card game. Like, look, goddamn it. Look, goddamn it. Can't come out here bullshit. It's just like when as soon as our backups get in there. As soon as our backups get in there, Larry Tunsil start with this false start shit again. Kill the fucking drive. I say, that's the shit we can't fucking have. You got these guys coming here, and the offense was doing what the fuck it was supposed to do. And Larry Tunsil fucking false, so he got two of them shits, and they end up taking him out. Now, then we're going to just sit him with the rest of the fucking starters. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of shit we don't need the playoffs. We don't need your ass out there false starting and shit. Since apparently he can't go on the fucking snap count like everybody else. I remember earlier in the year they was talking about that shit. He's like, yeah, he always leans in anticipation of the snap count. Motherfucker, stop anticipating the snap count and wait for the goddamn snap count. You know what I'm saying? Stop, just, you know the goddamn snap count, you got the advantage already. You don't need to be trying to be moving already when the goddamn snap count comes. You know what I'm saying? Because it kills the drive just like it did today. Backups come in now. They moving the goddamn ball until he start off with that shit. Just and that pissed me off. Because I thought we was done with that. You know what I'm saying? Now if I'd have heard, if they'd have said, okay, false start, number blah blah blah, and I'd have been like, all right, well, whatever. And when I hear false start number 78, I'm like, God damn, dude, you lead the league in this shit. That means you need to stop doing whatever the fuck it is you doing. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep getting flagged for it, and you keep killing the goddamn drives. Because a lot of times when he does that, it always happens when the offense is moving. The offense is moving. He'll get a goddamn penalty, and then all of a sudden the offense ain't moving no more. Punt. You know what I'm saying? We was doing fine until you start doing whatever the fuck it is you was doing. And now all of a sudden, we punting the goddamn ball when we was moving along just fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it always happens, you know what I'm saying, when y'all know what I'm saying. I'm getting pissed off even thinking about it. I'm just like, you can't be like me. You can't be laid off the ball like me, though. That's me. I remember watching game tape of me playing football back in the day. And yeah, that's some shit. Yeah, that was, I wasn't off the ball on time, tell you the truth. It really wasn't. A lot of times it was on purpose, because I'm not a motherfucker. I played tight end, but it wasn't like these tight ends today, So, but I got a fucking defensive end in front of me. I got a fucking block. And me personally, my physiology, I'm not finna make a motherfucker do shit. If he trying to do some shit, he probably gonna end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I personally have to let him decide where he want to go. I'm like, okay, you going that way? Well, you going all the way that way, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you going this way, you going all the way that way. You pick which way you want to go. If you want to come straight at me, well, we just gonna be right here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I have to delay a little bit to see what he gonna do, and then take him in a way, because I'm not finna go hit a motherfucker and drive him where I want him to go. That's just not, it's not finna fucking happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not finna fucking happen. I gotta let a motherfucker shift his weight in one goddamn direction or the other, and then I can move him in that goddamn direction. So I was laid off of the ball for that reason. For that reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's a pass play, I'm out there. Gone, baby. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but yeah, I hope they have that ironed out. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably, there was a different quarterback in there. The announcers brought that shit up. Even though the calls are the same, the cadence is different and all this other kind of shit. Motherfucker, all you got to do is listen. Listening. What the fuck? All you got to do is listen. I understand that, there are different quarterbacks in there. Got different, their voice is different. Their cadence is different. Even though they might be saying the same shit. Ain't nobody else jumping offside. Ain't nobody else, getting false starts. It's just you, motherfucker. It's just you. Everybody else got it. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. You was getting them shits all year long with the same goddamn quarterback. So no, I ain't trying to hear that. Now, during that, what was that, the Minnesota game? I mean, everybody was getting them during the Minnesota game. I think that game was so goddamn loud that it just disrupted the whole goddamn offense. Because the whole offensive line was getting flagged for all kind of weird ass shit. And it was obvious that, the offense couldn't hear. And yeah, it was, that game. We don't need no more of that. So yeah. We got to see Pierce. He had 160 something yards rushing. Hopefully that gets the offense back in the mode of we got a 1-2 punch. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just having Mixon run the ball all the goddamn time, we got a 1-2 punch. We always had we didn't. Because for whatever the reason, you know what I'm saying, Pierce has a tendency of missing a lot of time with soft tissue injuries, a hamstring or some shit like that. He tends to be down quite often with that shit. And that's from not even playing. He was out a couple of times with a hamstring injury when this motherfucker wasn't even playing. So, yeah, you got that. But it's playoff time. It's just like, okay, we got a two-headed monster. Are we gonna use it? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have one motherfucker in there. That's what in the flow of the game. You stick Pierce in there for whatever the reason. I still don't know why. Because I don't know why. It has to be a reason why Pierce hadn't been playing the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I kind of thought he might have been a little, slow upstairs. I'm not saying dudes, it might have been something. It's just like, okay, he not getting the intricacies of the offense. So we need to have somebody else in there. And that's 2 years in a row somebody else that came in from the outside and took a job that he had the year before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Singletary come in. Boom. He was starting running back. It's what? And boom, you get Mixon come in this year. He was starting running back. And you still got Pierce on the fucking team. I don't know. I have no idea. And it's just like, and he talented enough to where the Texans ain't finna give him away. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they didn't have plenty of trade offers for him. They like, nope. Yeah, nope. Because at this point, you know what I'm saying, as a kick returner, he's valuable because he can return kicks. Well, anybody can return kicks, but he could run. He could take the motherfuckers to the house, and he can run through those little arm tackles that get a lot of those return guys. That's how usually when he get those big returns. It's always after a few little bits of contact. That motherfuckers go through that. They think they for the tackle. Nah, nigga, that's a running back. You know what I'm saying? That ain't some DB or some wide receiver that ain't gonna never see the field catching the ball to return kicks. No, that's a running back. You know what I'm saying? That's a running back that's not for to try to avoid your ass. That's a running back that's not for to try to avoid your ass. And he was like, boom, we break a couple of tackles, and he gone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he's valuable in that sense. Let's see, and you will see a lot of you will definitely see a bit of him doing that during the playoffs. Yeah, that is definite. So the Texans team-wise should be okay. It's how they pull off. It's how they pull off their little offensive scheme. If they pull off their offensive scheme decently, they should be okay. They should be okay. Like I say, it's not a talent thing. They got the talent on the team to beat people. It's been the execution of the offense that's been fucked up. And some of the play calling. It don't make no sense to even mention the offensive line at this point. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. And they know that. You know what I'm saying? The team knows that. So, But it's everything after that because CJ has been getting enough time. He's been given enough time to be able to pull off what he needs to be able to pull off. Unless they start back with the fucking 5-7 step drops or whatever the fuck. Or some shit, you know what I'm saying, where CJ is back there, plop, 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 5-6 seconds, he still got the goddamn ball. You know, you start seeing that type of shit. And I'm like, okay, that's a play calling gaff right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a play calling gaff. Because he ain't supposed to be driving back. As far as I'm concerned, he ain't supposed to be driving back that far. You need time. You need that much time for your play to develop. You need to be rolling them out. Not have them sitting in the fucking pocket. It's just my opinion. I seen that today. Roll them out. You know what I'm saying? And let the defense worry about what's gonna happen. But your receivers got to, receivers got to get open. But for the most part, the receivers get open. And for the most part, receivers catch the ball. Not everybody catches all the balls. You know what I'm saying? It just, you can't fucking expect that. But I'll tell you what, Robert Woods, please, man, just get you some stick 'em, something. Put them shits on your goddamn gloves. I done see this man fumble a ball 3 times the last 3 games. I done seen this man lose the ball 3 times the last 3 games. That's some shit we can't have it, man. We can't have it. We just can't. That's definitely not what we need. You know what I'm saying? The receiving core is already been as bare bones as it is. We don't need our most veteran wide receiver being butterfingers with the goddamn ball. You know what I'm saying? And he one of those people that you expect to go out there, catch the ball. I think he's pretty reliable at receiver, but it's just like one of them things where you throwing the ball, he catch it, and that's it. He ain't gonna really do nothing after the catch and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just, but you be able to throw him the ball and he'll catch it. In certain situations, I don't think you need to be throwing him no 50-50 balls and no shit like that. I don't think he that type of receiver. But when he do catch the ball, we need you to go straight to the goddamn ground with both your hands on that goddamn ball, like, rah. Because it's irritating when I see that. And I remember fumbling the ball a few times myself, so I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say too much. Everybody done fumbled the ball at least a couple times. But that's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about, Texans-wise. The defense does what it does. You know what I'm saying? Get the little turnovers. Defense put some points on the board. Can't ask the defense to do no more than that. Defense, get you turnovers. And they did. They took one out of interceptions. Whatever. And defense put points on the board. So, yeah. Now, Cammy, I don't know what it is, but you need to screw that foot on straight. You can't have Cammy out there farting around missing fucking extra points and shit. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where a motherfucker go out there and think that shit gonna be automatic. And he just go out there and fart it off. I don't know. I was a kicker when I was in high school, but I didn't have to kick field goals, so. Did I kick field goals? No, I ain't kick no field goals. I was a punter and I did the kickoffs, but I ain't have to kick no field goals. But I did have to kick in the goddamn direction, motherfucker. That shit straight. That's it. I'm finna get up off of here. Hopefully, my next Talkin Texans will be after the playoff game. And hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully I'm not on here cussing and screaming and hollering. We gonna see.